Hi, and welcome back. Everywhere you look, nations celebrate their so-called strong leaders. The decisive man, the iron fist, the one who promises to fix everything if we just give him enough power. But let me ask you, are they really strong? Or are they humanity's greatest weakness? We've been told that without strong leadership, society collapses. That people need to be commanded, controlled, and managed. That countries require visionary leaders to safeguard their position on the globe and secure access to resources. Throughout history, this story has repeated itself like a broken record. From emperors who called themselves divine to modern autocrats who wrap their ambition in patriotism, the pattern remains the same. Power gathers around those who claim to know what's best for everyone else. The pyramids, the wars, the monuments, all built on the illusion that greatness belongs to the few. Strength, it seems, has long been confused with domination. But look at your actual life. Do you need a president to tell you how to treat your neighbours? Do you need a strong man to teach you how to love, share, or create? Do you need a bureaucrat to dictate how you should live according to your deepest values? Of course not. Most of human life happens not because of leaders, but in spite of them. The kindness you show to a stranger, the care you give to your family, the work you do with integrity, the moments when you choose cooperation over competition. None of this requires a leader standing over you with commands. And yet these strong leaders often demand that you compromise your inner values. They ask you to fear people you've never met, to hate countries you've never visited, to support actions that your heart knows are wrong. And we comply, not because we believe it's right, but because we're afraid of losing our jobs, afraid of standing out from the crowd, afraid of being rejected. But we all have this inner guidance system, that quiet voice that tells us what feels right and what doesn't. That compass that points toward love, respect, and genuine human connection. Why do we ignore it in favour of some external authority who may know nothing about our lives, our communities, or our actual needs? Think about the wars launched not by ordinary people, but by rulers competing for dominance. Think about economies destroyed not because people wanted it, but because leaders gambled with resources and futures that weren't theirs to risk. Again and again, it's the strong leader who makes life fragile, not strong. Ordinary people want stability, families' safety, communities' cooperation. It's leaders who seem to need rivalry, power plays, and endless conflict. Without them, how much of this chaos would simply not exist? We cling to authority because it promises order, even if that order is built on fear. We mistake control for safety, obedience for structure. The truth is harder. A free society demands courage, not conformity, and collaboration, not control. Now, I'm not saying all leadership is bad. There's a difference between someone who serves a community and someone who demands that a community serve them. Now imagine a world where leadership is not about ego, but administration. Where heads of state are almost invisible, like in Scandinavia. No cult of personality, no grand speeches about destiny, no man at the top playing chess with millions of lives. Instead, efficient bureaucracies, open dialogue, and cooperative decision-making. Life goes on. People work, study, travel, love and create, without some great man demanding loyalty. It's not utopia. It's proof that societies can thrive with minimal leadership and maximum cooperation. So why do we keep gravitating toward the strongman model? Why do we worship figures who promise to solve problems that they themselves often create? I think it's because we're afraid of uncertainty, afraid of freedom. Freedom terrifies us because it leaves no one left to blame. We are afraid of taking responsibility for our own lives and communities. It feels easier to hand control over to someone who seems strong, who promises simple solutions to complex problems, someone who tells us exactly who to blame for our troubles. But that comfort is an illusion. When you give away your power to make decisions for you, you don't get safety. You get dependence. And dependent people don't create peaceful societies. They create societies that need enemies to justify their dependence. In the modern world, this dependency is amplified by technology. Dominant leaders no longer need armies to control minds. They have AI. Every speech, every post, every image is designed to trigger emotion rather than reflection. The strong man of today doesn't wear armour. He wears a suit and a microphone. He doesn't conquer by force. He conquers by narrative. And the more we consume those narratives, the less we trust our own inner voice. But what if the strength we're looking for in leaders is actually something we need to cultivate in ourselves? The courage to live by our values, even when it's difficult. The wisdom to cooperate without being commanded. The love that doesn't require an authority figure to tell us who deserves it. So what would happen if we stopped looking up to strong men and started looking around at each other? What if we trusted the quiet wisdom that already exists in every community, in every person who chooses kindness over cruelty, cooperation over domination? Maybe we'd discover that we never needed saving in the first place. Maybe we'd find that the strength we were looking for in our leaders was always available in ourselves and in each other. The world doesn't need more people demanding to be followed. It needs more people brave enough to trust the love and respect that naturally exists between humans, while fear is being manufactured to divide us. Humanity was never meant to be ruled by fear. It was meant to live freely, peacefully, and together, not under the shadow of strong leaders, but in the light of our own inner guidance.